Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video here on Navisim 101. Hope you guys are doing great. So what we're going to be doing today is having a look at this subject, how to catalog your Addon airport scenery. Okay, so those of you who regularly view my videos, you may remember some time back, quite some time back actually. So here you can see this video I created about 2 years ago, and it was showing how to use Google Earth to improve flight planning and to catalog Addon airport scenery. Okay, so basically this video I'm doing today is very similar, and I will be using similar thoughts from this video, but with Google Earth, for me, it just proved a bit problematic in the end. The more airport references I would actually add to Google Earth, the longer it took to load. So as my library built up, it just was giving more problems, and sometimes it just said couldn't load it. So in the end, I had to look elsewhere. Now, this is a great tool. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. It's great because, as you can see there from the short video clip, you can see that it's got this 3D thing going on, and that's really a cool way to look at the topography of your airport that you're planning to fly to. All right, but for me, it was just proving a bit unreliable. Okay, so now what I've discovered, or what I'm using right now, is this facility here from Google. It's their Maps section, so not Google Maps as we know it, okay, but it's actually called Maps. And as you can see there, I've got all my airports that I've purchased or downloaded from flightsim.to. Okay, I've got them all color coded to show me where I actually purchased the airport from. Okay, all the blue ones here are downloaded from flightsim.to, hence you can see the majority of them are blue, and the orange ones are the MSFS Deluxe default airports. Okay, so not default but enhanced, but default as in they come with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because I only like to fly into and fly out of enhanced airports. Okay, airports with a bit of eye candy, or as real as it gets towards the real world today. Okay, I don't really like the default airports. I don't fly into them, I don't fly out of them. Just don't do anything for me really. So so basically the reason why I do this as well is because, you know, as you add more and more airports that you've purchased or downloaded, you can actually lose track of your airport library. And so with this way, I can actually see at a glance how many airports I've got and where I've bought them from, like that. And also you can actually use it for flight planning, in that you can say, right, okay, where do I want to fly today? Okay, I want to fly from here to here, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's get on with the video then. Now, first thing you're going to need is a Google account. All right, so it is free, as you probably are aware, and go ahead and create that if you haven't already done so. And so when you've done that, what we need to do is go to Google Maps. Now, this is not the maps that I'm using. Okay, this is the standard Google Maps that you would actually, you know, plan your directions from A to B if you're going somewhere. Okay, so it's not this one. So what you have to do is go to Google Maps. So click on that, and then you go to Google Maps, and you would go to these three bars here. So click on that, okay, and just drop down, and you can see this bit says saved. So click on that, and that opens up a list of tabs. What you need to do now is go to Maps, okay, then go to MyMaps. So this is what this section is called, MyMaps. So it's Google MyMaps. Okay, click on that, and now you can see we're in the directory part of MyMaps. And this part here is where all the airport maps that you've created appear. Okay, so you can actually copy it, or you can move it to trash. Okay, cool. So this is the one I'm using right now. Okay, so let's just just create a new map. Okay, create, and there we are. That's your blank canvas. All right. So now, first thing you want to do is title your map. So let's just call it MSFS 2020 Enhanced Airports. Okay, and you can put a brief description there if you wish. Okay, now how this works is it works in layers. Okay, so they give you about 8 layers to put on the map, different things. So it always starts off with the base layer. Okay, now before I forget, you can actually change the map format. So if we click on this, you can see that you can change it to satellite imagery, or this one here, which is quite nice. It gives you a little bit of the topography of the area. So unfortunately, I don't think you can you can't adjust the angle of the map. I'm trying to press shift here and adjust it as you can do in Google Earth, but nah. That's on my wish list, but it's not working. Okay, right, so yeah, I quite like this one. This is quite nice. Okay, and now we've got the layers. So the first one here is a base layer, so you can title that. Let's just go with flightsim.to airports. Okay, right, cool. So you can see there that it's now labeled it. All right, you can actually import places and points of interest, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, cool. So here you got layer options as well. Rename this layer, delete this layer, and so on and so forth. Okay, right. So now one of the to start putting your airport maps in. So basically, if you go along to flightsim.to, okay, you can start downloading your airports. So if you go to sceneries, and you can actually filter out just international airports if you wish, or you can actually select it from a scenery map, or you can isolate the different countries and just choose whichever country you want to get the airports from. Okay, so let's just go with international airports filter here. Okay, and let's just type in an airport, EDSS, which is London Stansted Airport. Okay, and in a second, it's a bit slow today. That's interesting. Let's just do a refresh. Oh, no. It's not EDSS, it's EGSS. Ah, why did I type in EDSS? It's EGSS. No wonder it wasn't bringing anything up. Right, okay, so let's just click on that. And there we are. So we've got the pictures there. Okay, just click on it again, and you can see that we've got quite a few pictures. Okay, so we'll leave that there for now, all right? And we'll go back to this one here. Okay, cool. So now if you type in the same thing, EGSS, okay, you can see it recognizes ICAO codes. Okay, so we'll click on that and it drops a pin right on top of the airport. Okay, cool. So to start putting your data, you have to click add to map. And now start from left to right. We've got the paint pot here, so click on that, and here you can choose whichever color you'd like to color the airport in. So we'll give it a color coding of light blue, as I've chosen that for airports downloaded from flightsim.to. Okay, now the other thing we can do is choose an icon. So click on this, more icons. Okay, and we want to choose a more appropriate icon. So if you want, you can scroll down for something with an aircraft icon. Okay, now if you can't, I can see it there, but if you can't find it immediately, you can go to the filter, type in air, for example, and it will filter it all out, make it more easier for you to locate. So we'll choose this one as we're looking at international airports. If you have regional airports, then you can choose this one as it says airstrip. Okay, so that will immediately tell you, hey, you know, I can't land a A320 Airbus at this airport. Okay, so let's do that and choose OK. All right, so it appears down there, and now we can select that. There we are, it's already done. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got our airport icon there. Now, next thing, we move along, edit. Okay, so what we need to do is put the ICAO code right next to the airport description. So let's put EGSS, like so. Okay, the reason why this is important is because if you're planning a flight and you decide to, say, go from London Stansted to to Athens, for example, then just seeing or just having the ICAO code right in front of you just makes it easier for you. You don't have to go searching for it. We don't know all the ICAO codes off by heart. We have to look them up. So, but if you just have it right here, then it's much more easier. Okay, and you can put a little description here if you wish. Okay, now what I usually put here is a reference to the actual airport, so airport information. So if we go to Wikipedia, okay, and you type in EGSS, now Wikipedia also recognizes ICAO codes, so you can see here London Stansted Airport has immediately popped up, so we'll click on that. Okay, now one of the cool things about this utility, as mentioned in my Google Earth video, is that if you go down, you can see here airlines and destinations. So we click on that, and this is really, really handy because if you are planning a flight from one airport to the other, it's nice to know which airlines actually do fly into the airport and do fly out of the airport. So with Wikipedia, you can actually see that, hey, AJet fly out, British Airways, EasyJet, Emirates, and Ryanair, for example. You can see they hold sway at London Stansted. Okay, and you can also see which countries they fly to. Okay, so you can go ahead and say, for example, you want to fly to Palma de Mallorca. You can go on flightsim.to. You can see if anyone has created an airport for Palma de Mallorca. You can download that, install it, and just do your flight that way. It's just really, really cool, this facility. So I like to put this in that box. So just copy this basically. Okay, just copy and back to MyMaps and click in the box, Control V, and there we are, save. So basically, whenever you look at your airport now, all you have to do is tap on it. Okay, and you can see immediately you've got information there for airlines and destinations. Okay, now this is also handy in that let's have a look. It does actually tell you about the runway. So here we've got there is runway information. Let's have a look. Elevation you've got here. Okay, so that's quite handy. Length, there you go, runways, length. Yeah, and you can see immediately now if it's going to be an airport suitable for the type of aircraft that you will be flying. Okay, so yeah, really, really handy. So that's why I think it's important enough to actually put that as part of the airport information. Okay, now what else? So the other thing we can do, we can actually add an image or video. So I find this quite useful actually because you can actually see without having to load up Microsoft Flight Simulator and go into the airport and see what does it look like. You can actually see it from here. So all you have to do is when you are downloading your airport, so if you go to or get a screenshot facility from your PC, okay, and just screenshot that, okay, and I'm just looking at the other screen here. So we got that here like this, okay. So just screenshot that and just save it, okay, and just save it. You don't need to name it or anything like that, because all we're going to do is drop it in. So you got this. You can either do it two ways. You can browse to that file you've just downloaded, or you can just let's get it. You can just drop it in, so you can see there. And that's the screenshot I've just taken. So let's grab that and just drop it in like that. And there it is. It's loaded up. Yeah, so you can move along and just go and take another one, which is always handy. Get a couple of get a few pictures really, just so you can see what the airport, how it looks like. Okay, and just save that, and see now we've got another screenshot there. Go back to MyMaps. Okay, click on the plus sign like that, and we'll just move this one over, drop it in again. And now you've got two images. So all you have to do is just scroll across like that, yeah, to all the images, and there's no limit to the amount of images you can put there. The only thing you can't do is click on it and make it bigger. Okay, so that's about the size you're going to get. All right, and of course you can delete the whole thing from here. All right, so that is how you do it basically. Okay, and so once you've put your airports in, okay, so obviously download your airports first. Okay, this needs to reflect what's in your community folder. Okay, so I wouldn't actually do multiple airports, you know, put them in your community folder and then try and update it like this, because you can actually lose track. So just do it one by one. Okay, download the airport, or you can do 2 or 3 at a time. You know, download the airport, put it in, and then come and update this. Okay, but I always go do it one by one so I don't get confused. Okay, so now let's go back to the one I created earlier. I can work from that one a bit better. Okay, so the layer that you have got in the main window, when you create an airport, it's going to go straight into that layer. Okay, so at the moment, if I downloaded one from flightsim.to, it will actually, and color it blue, it would actually appear here because that's in the main window. Okay, so that's how it works. You can, however, move the airport. So for example, if I click on this MLC MIGS, okay, if you click on it and hold it, let's have a look. No, it's not working yet. Let's just click. There you go. You can move it like that. Okay, if one airport appears in another layer. Okay, click on it and hold like that. It should lift it off the page, and then you can actually drag it down like so. Okay, cool. So right, the other thing which is very useful is this measuring tool here. Okay, so if you click on that, then you can actually measure the distance between one airport and another. Okay, so you can see here this is 1,600 kilometers. So that's going to take you quite some time to fly. So you might only have a couple of hours to spare on Flight Simulator. So you may just want to go to another airport. So that's going to take you maybe about an hour in an A320 Airbus, hour and a bit. Okay, so you might think, oh, I can do that airport today. All right, so that's useful. Also, something else that's useful is making a record of where you've flown to. So if you click on this one here, it allows you to draw a line. So you can draw a line from one airport to the other one, and just click on it and press return. Now it adds this little box. You can add, I don't know what airport that was, Wyoming International to Chicago. Okay, so, and you can put it there. You can put the date that you made the flight and whatever problems you had, etc., etc. Okay, click on save, and there it is. Okay, so over time, this map will actually become filled with all your flights. Okay, and you can actually change color. Okay, so click on the paint pot, and you can choose whichever color you like for that particular flight there. Okay, so maybe that's not the best of colors. Okay, so yeah, okay, and now those flights there, if you make a separate layer for that, I've made one called My Flight Routes, so you can see that I've just created that one there. Click on it and then hold for a couple of seconds, and then it will drag down there. If it's in the wrong one, that is. Okay, if you put this in the window, then it should go straight to what's in view. Okay, and you don't have to have that on all the time. Just turn it off like that. Okay, it disappears. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty handy to have. All right, so now just another thing as well. You don't have to worry about saving this to your PC, because with your Google account comes Google Drive. Okay, like so. Okay, and it automatically goes to your Google Drive. So you can see here, last edit was seconds ago, and you can see there all changes saved in Drive. Okay, so that's really handy, because if you lose information on your computer, like I said, it's crashed out for some reason, you have to reinstall your operating system, then at least you know what airports you had, where you bought them from, and so on and so forth. Okay, now the other thing you can do is this one here. So obviously you can share it, but not everyone's going to have the same airports as you do. So press preview, and here it brings up a similar type view, but this time you can see you've got your airports here. You still can turn them off and turn them on using these check buttons. Okay, and the other good thing is that let's have a look. Now the airports that you don't have pictures for, or even if you do have pictures for it, now because it's linked directly with Google Maps, you can actually see the airport pictures. So these are the ones that I've added from the developer. Okay, but the more you click, you can see real world photos of the airports, which is really cool. And there you go. Okay, so they're all intermingled with the ones that you've put on as well. Okay, so yeah, that's one of the features here of Google MyMaps. All right, so okay, so before I wrap up, I just want to show you another really cool feature from Google MyMaps. So if we click on these three dots here, okay, so it's going to bring down, it's going to bring up a drop-down menu. All right, so you can see you've got different things you can do there: copy the map and print the map, etc., etc. Okay, now here you can actually view it in Google Earth. Okay, so we're still going back to Google Earth, but we're just going to go through the back door as such, right? So you can actually download a KML file or even a KMZ file. Actually, that's what Google Earth uses. Okay, so you've got these two checkboxes here. You can check if it applies to you, but I'm just going to click OK. All right, and then you can see there that's downloaded to my PC. All right, so if we just open the folder, okay, you can see there you've got MSFS Airports KMZ. All right, so we've got that, so we'll leave that there for now. And what we need to do now is just open up another tab, and now we'll click on this as well, and then we'll go to Google Earth. Okay, so I haven't been in Google Earth for ages since it was giving me those problems, but here it is again. It seems like they've actually updated it. Looks a bit different. All right, so what we're going to do now, right, if we go to File, actually let's just make this page full screen. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go to File, and you can drop down and you can see it says New Local KML File or Import KML KMZ File. So that's what we're going to do. Click on that and just direct it basically to your downloads, which is here. Okay, and click on that or double click on it, and look at this, look. Boom. You've got all the airports now imported into Google Earth. How cool is that? So this is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, these are all the airports. So you don't have to do any work in Google Earth at all. Just import it. All right. So if it's giving you problems, just go through the back door using Google MyMaps. Okay. So yeah, so let me just type something in. Oh, there it is. That's the one here, VNLK. So to you regular flight simmers, you should know what airport this is. Yes, it's Lukla. Okay, so if you press Shift and drag your mouse, you can see there, it changes the angle to give you this 3D aspect. Okay, and let's have a look. Just trying to get it turned. There we go. So just press Shift and you can actually turn it around. And if you unpress the Shift key, let's just get rid of that. Unpress the Shift key, then you can just basically slide it as usual. Okay, look at that, look. So you practically can, see your approach even before you open up the simulator. How cool is this? Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that's really cool. So that's what you can do, guys, with this Google MyMaps. It's really good. You import it right into Google Earth. All right, so yeah, let's go back to where we were. There you go. Okay, so what I can do actually while I'm thinking about it is upload a file to flightsim.to, all right, of all the default MSFS 2020 airports. So that's the handcrafted airports. All right, so I just uncheck all of these. Okay, so basically all these that you see here on the left column, I can actually upload all of those to flightsim.to. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can basically import this into your Google MyMaps. Then you can create a KMZ file as shown in the video. And yeah, so all this is updated as far as Sim Update 15 and World Update Caribbean. So you've got the complete list of enhanced airports there. All right, so that gives you a head start. And basically all you have to do is, as and when you purchase airport scenery from the marketplace or you download them from flightsim.to, just use the method that I showed in the video, and you can start building up your airport library on the map like this. Okay, so yeah, and also you can rename it as well, and yeah, just make backup copies as well. Make sure you do that. Okay, so that's about it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give the video a like, and also please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now.